Stim is freedom to feel calm. By Audley Robbie, let's begin with what Stim actually means. Stim is short for self-stimulatory behavior. The term sounds clinical, almost suspicious. But the reality is simple. Stim is repetitive movement, or sound that helps regulate the nervous system. Rocking, tapping, shifting weight, humming, fixing your eyes on a steady point, breathing in rhythm with motion. Stim is not performance. Stim is rhythm. Stim is the body creating predictability in a world that can feel loud, bright, fast, and overwhelming. Everyone stims. Some people bounce their knee under a desk. Some pace during phone calls. Some athletes rock before a sprint. Musicians sway when they play. Religious practitioners rock in prayer. Speakers gesture when thinking. The difference is not whether we stim. The difference is which stim society approves of. I was taught early to be still, in classrooms, in churches. Later, in the military, the lesson was absolute. Feet on the floor, eyes forward, don't move. Anyone who deviated could have 3 drill sergeants correcting them in seconds. Stillness meant discipline. Stillness meant unity. Stillness meant control. And in that environment, it made sense. The military is designed for cohesion and immediate response. Visible deviation can create hesitation. Hesitation can create risk. So stillness became a survival skill. But stillness is not the same thing as calm. As an autistic person, my nervous system processes sound, light, and movement intensely. Not dramatically, just thoroughly. Noise doesn't arrive as background. It arrives as data. Movement doesn't fade. It registers. Emotion in a room is not subtle. It is present. When I rock gently and breathe with the movement, I am not trying to be noticed. I am regulating. I am taking incoming sensory information and lowering its volatility. Rocking creates rhythm. Rhythm creates predictability. Predictability lowers threat response. Breath, syncing with our movement, tells the body, we are safe. The noise shifts to the background. I stay present. Stim is not rebellion. Stim is freedom to feel calm. Many autistic children are taught to stop stimming. Sit still. Stop that. Be normal. What that often means is regulate invisibly. Suppress the tool that helps you stay steady so others feel comfortable. Over time, suppression becomes skill. You learn to internalize movement. You clench your jaw instead of rocking. You tighten your shoulders instead of shifting. You mask the outward motion and absorb the cost inward. The body still needs regulation. It just loses its healthiest outlet. Some adults grow up believing they have anxiety disorders, when what they really have is a nervous system that was trained not to regulate openly. In the military, I learned extreme stillness. I learned control. I learned to override impulses quickly and thoroughly. That skill served me there. But outside that environment, I began to notice something. Control without regulation is tension. Compliance without rhythm is exhaustion. Now I live in Spain. Sometimes I sit in a cafe while children shout and dishes clatter. Years ago, that level of noise would have required hearing protection and exit planning. Now I rock gently. I breathe with the motion. I fix my eyes on one point. The sound becomes part of the environment instead of an assault on it. I don't push my limits recklessly. I respect them. But I no longer surrender the tools that help me remain steady. That's not regression. That's integration. I learned stillness. Now I choose movement. We're not robots. Robots hold position. Robots execute commands. Robots do not need comfort. Humans regulate through micro-movements. Industrial classrooms and military formations optimized for visual order. That visual order was mistaken for emotional order. But the nervous system doesn't care about appearances. It cares about rhythm and safety. When we teach children that stillness equals goodness, we may be confusing compliance with health. Movement is not immaturity. Movement is biology. There is also a cultural layer. Movement that looks powerful is celebrated. Athletes bounce before competition. Public speakers pace dramatically. Musicians sway under stage lights. But movement that looks vulnerable is labeled strange. The difference is perception, not physiology. When someone rocks quietly in a waiting room, it is often interpreted as odd. When a CEO paces during a keynote, it is interpreted as dynamic. The nervous system does not know the difference. Stim is not weakness. Stim is participation. It allows me to remain in conversations, to attend events, to build technology, to perform music, to engage without shutting down. It is not attention-seeking. It is attention-stabilizing. In the military, stillness preserved external order. In civilian life, regulated movement preserves internal order. Both have their place, but only one respects the nervous system's need for a rhythm. I do not stim to disrupt society. I stim so I can participate in it. Freedom is often imagined as something loud, but sometimes freedom is subtle. Sometimes it is a gentle rock, a steady breath, a fixed gaze, a nervous system settling into itself. Stim is freedom to feel calm, and calm is not weakness. It is strength without tension. This is Oddly Robbie.